Welcome back. This is the second video of 4 parts to our topic, Oscar for Best Picture the Year You Were Born. In part 2, we will be going over years 1951 to 1972. There are a lot of pretty amazing movies released in recent times, but sometimes you just want to go back and rewatch an old favorite, especially those blockbuster movies that won the Oscar awards. So in this video, we will continue with part 2 of our list of 20 Oscar Best Picture winners. If you've missed part 1, check out this, so you won't miss our full lineup. Year 1951. All About Eve. In the timeless masterpiece, Anne Baxter breathes life into the character Eve Harrington as a young, oppressed actress whose aspirations are as high as the Hollywood sign itself. As Eve struggles against the tides of bad luck, her life takes an unexpected turn when she meets the brilliant Margot Channing, played by the legendary Bette Davis. Eve's admiration for the actress is obvious from the moment she walks onto the screen. Her eyes gleam with regard. Eve skillfully weaves her way into Margot's inner circle, hiding her actual plans behind an outer shell of sweetness and innocence. The relationship between Margot and Eve grows as she takes Eve under her wing and shares her knowledge and expertise. Yet, beneath the surface of this mentorship lies a web of deception and betrayal. Year 1952, An American in Paris. Jerry Mulligan is a U.S. soldier who stays in post-World War II Paris to follow his passion for painting. He fell in love with Lise Bouvier, a young French woman who also caught the eye of his buddy Henri Borel's eye. Amidst the rich backdrop of Parisian art and culture, Jerry and Lisa discover the difficulties of love as their romance deepens. Tension arises in their relationship as Henri, Jerry's friend, has more desires for Lisa. Would he go behind his friend and date Lisa? This movie digs into themes of love, friendship, and artistic expression through dazzling dance sequences and stunning musical performances. Year 1953, The Greatest Show on Earth. What will you consider as the greatest show on earth? Well, director Cecil B. DeMille's movie is probably it. This movie exposes the complicated life and drama that exists inside the Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey circus. Brad Braden is the ambitious and charming circus manager who is at the heart of the story. Brad faces several obstacles, such as rivalry from other circuses and internal conflicts within the performers, but he is determined to keep the show going smoothly. Each character has unique goals, challenges, and interpersonal connections. Among them is Holly, a gifted circus performer who fell in love with the arrogant but skilled aerialist, the great Sebastian. The arrival of Angel complicates their turbulent relationship. The film builds to a suspenseful conclusion during the performance of the greatest show on earth, when the destiny of the circus and its performers hangs in the balance. As the circus travels across the country while dealing with financial troubles and personal disputes. Year 1954, From Here to Eternity. From Here to Eternity was set in the months leading to the attack on Pearl Harbor. The lives of troops stationed in Hawaii are intertwined in an intricate web of love, devotion, and betrayal. Montgomery Clift plays Robert E. Lee Prewitt, a gifted boxer who refuses to join his unit's boxing squad, owing to a previous trauma. Despite enduring serious penalties for his insubordination, Prewitt stays committed to his convictions. Meanwhile, Sergeant Milton Warden has a passionate affair with Karen Holmes, the neglected wife of Prewitt's superior officer. Their affair takes place against the backdrop of the military base, with Captain Dana Holmes seemingly unaware. As tensions rise both personally and in the context of an oncoming war, the individuals are forced to confront their passions, loyalties, and the brutal reality of military life. Still with us? That's right. Subscribe to our channel to get updated with Hollywood celebrity gist every week. Year 1955, On the Waterfront. In the gritty black and white film On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando delivers a strong performance as Terry Malloy, a former boxer turned longshoreman who finds himself in a web of corruption and bloodshed on the docks of Hoboken, New Jersey. Terry's moral compass is tested when he witnesses a murder planned by crooked union boss Johnny Friendly. Terry, haunted by remorse and disillusioned by the prevalent corruption, struggles with his conscience as he embarks on a perilous journey of betrayal and redemption. But, as Terry confronts his inner demons and strives for justice in a corrupt world, will he triumph or fall victim to the forces of evil that threaten to consume him? Year 1956. Marty. Can love truly conquer all? Well, maybe it did for Marty and Clara in this movie. Ernest Borgnine plays the title character, a lonely Bronx butcher whose monotonous life centers around work and visits to his demanding mother. His world takes an unexpected turn when he meets Clara, played by Betsy Blair, a quiet schoolteacher who is also disappointed with love. Despite their fears and societal constraints, Marty and Clara develop a bond based on mutual understanding and real compassion. As their relationship blossoms, Marty struggles with his self-doubt and fear of rejection, while Clara deals with the stigma of being an unmarried woman in her 30s. Their love story defies typical Hollywood romance, providing a moving depiction of ordinary people discovering happiness in one another's company. Borgnine's portrayal of Marty earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor, and the picture itself won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. Year 1957, Around the World in 80 Days. If you were on vacation, how many days would it take you to go around the world? In Around the World in 80 Days, Phileas Fogg bets that he can round the world. Fogg embarks on a dangerous adventure across continents and cultures, accompanied by his trusty valet Passepartout, and meets a fascinating group of characters. Along the way, they meet the lively Princess Aouda, whose fate becomes connected with theirs. Year 1958, The Bridge on the River Kwai. This movie takes viewers to the harsh environment of a Japanese prisoner of war camp during WWEI. This fascinating drama, directed by David Lean, revolves around the construction of a key railway bridge over the River Kwai in Burma, which is organized by British prisoners under the authority of Colonel Nicholson. As the bridge takes shape, Nicholson and the camp's vicious commandant, Colonel Saito, become increasingly tense. Nicholson's unyielding dedication to British military protocol conflicts with Saito's cruel treatment of the detainees, sparking a power struggle that threatens to wreck the operation. Meanwhile, an American POW called Shears, played by William Holden, escapes the camp, but is forced to join a British commando mission to destroy the bridge. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown as conflicting loyalties, personal rivalries, and the threat of war collide in a thrilling finish. Year 1959. Gigi. Gaston, a Parisian playboy, can never stay with one lady for long, although he has an enduring relationship with the little Gigi. However, as Gigi matures and their love continues, their platonic union becomes more difficult. As Gigi grows into a young woman, their relationship shifts from friendship to something more serious. However, Gaston's unwillingness to commit compromises their delicate romance as he struggles with the expectations of his social circle and Parisian society customs. Year 1960. Ben-Hur. Although a newer version was released in 2016, let's talk about the 1960 movie. This movie is about Judah Ben-Hur, a Jewish prince whose life takes a dramatic turn when he is betrayed and enslaved by his Roman childhood friend Messala, played by Stephen Boyd. As Judah goes through the difficulties of slavery, he has a burning desire for vengeance on the man who mistreated him. This movie is based on Lew Wallace's novel and is a sweeping narrative of redemption, faith, and forgiveness set in ancient Rome. As Judah deals with the difficult political landscape of Roman-occupied Jerusalem, he comes across the mysterious figure of Jesus Christ, whose teachings of love and forgiveness confront his desire for vengeance. Year 1961. The Apartment. In the romantic comedy drama, Jack Lemmon is a low-level insurance clerk with aspirations of rising the corporate ladder. To get the favor of his bosses, Baxter lets company executives use his residence for adulterous affairs. However, his well-intended plan fails as he becomes caught up with workplace politics, personal difficulties, and unexpected romance. Baxter's romance with Fran Kubelik adds a heartbreaking layer to the plot, emphasizing the loneliness and longing that lurk beyond the surface of city life. Year 1962, West Side Story. There's just something about forbidden love that appeals to us, and the popularity of this musical is one example. A more modern twist on Romeo and Juliet's relationship, a rivalry between two New York street gangs intensifies when one member falls in love with his rival's sister. As tensions between the Jets and the Sharks increase, worsened by ethnic and cultural differences, Tony and Maria find themselves caught in the crossfire of discrimination and violence. Their love transcends the odds and challenges the two gangs' deep hate, igniting hope for a better future in the chaos of urban degradation. Year 1963, Lawrence of Arabia. Based on the true story of British Lieutenant T.E. Lawrence, Peter O'Toole, this movie recounts Lawrence's journey to build an Arab-British coalition to fight the Turks in World War I. It received 7 Academy Awards, including Best Director for David Lean. Lawrence must negotiate an intricate network of friendships, betrayals, and personal challenges as he sets out on his daring journey across the wide and brutal landscape. He became a close friend of Omar Sharif Ali in the process. Will his quest for freedom and justice unite disparate tribes and bring an end to centuries of oppression? Year 1964. Tom Jones. This movie marked the beginning of Albert Finney's historic career by earning the now famous actor his first nomination. The story of the main character, Tom Jones, Finney, which takes place in 18th century Somerset and London, is filled with controversy, passion, and a great deal of drama. Born out of wedlock and raised by a benevolent squire, Tom Jones embarks on a series of escapades that lead him from the pastoral landscapes of Somerset to the bustling streets of London. Along the way, he encounters a colorful cast of characters, including the spirited and independent-minded Sophie Western, with whom he shares a tempestuous romance. Year 1965. My Fair Lady. Before Julia Roberts was the pretty woman, Audrey Hepburn was My Fair Lady. Eliza Doolittle, a Cockney flower girl in My Fair Lady, aspires to raise her social status. To do that, she enlists the assistance of Professor Henry Higgins, a specialist in phonetics. Eliza struggles with questions of identity and class as she changes from a street seller to a classic lady. She has an emotional bond with Higgins over the journey, whose attempts to change her are both transforming and contentious. The musical took home 8 Oscars, including Best Actor and Best Director. Year 1966, The Sound of Music. The story of Maria, played by Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music, a free-spirited nun who takes on the role of governess for the 7 children of widowed naval captain Georg von Trapp, enchants viewers. The movie, which is set in pre-World War II Austria, follows Maria as she helps the von Trapp family escape the Nazis by reintroducing music and joy into their home. The cherished classic The Sound of Music never fails to captivate audiences of all ages with its timeless songs and endearing tale. Year 1967, A Man for All Seasons. Robert Bolt originally wrote it as a play, but he successfully adapted it into a movie on the life of Sir Thomas More. Paul Scofield, who played the role of the Catholic lawyer who was famously killed for refusing to allow King Henry VIII to divorce his first wife, Anne Boleyn, was portraying the character. The film follows More's unwavering commitment to his principles, even in the face of political pressure and personal peril. Paul Scofield delivers a masterful performance as More, capturing the complexity and moral integrity of the historical figure. Year 1968, In the Heat of the Night. A black Philadelphia police detective, Sidney Poitier, proves his innocence after he is detained on suspicion of murder by a racist Mississippi police chief, Rod Steiger. Forced to work together, Tibbs and Gillespie confront prejudice and injustice as they unravel the truth behind the crime. Steiger's powerful portrayal earned him the Best Actor Oscar. This movie highlights the issues of race and relates it to the complexities of justice in America. Later that year, Steiger took home the Best Actor award. Year 1969. Oliver. Oliver, directed by Sir Carol Reed, is a priceless film. It is almost a film for everyone, one of those rare movies like The Wizard of Oz that has a wide range of appeal. The tale and the enduring Dickens characters will make it instantly fascinating for the kids. Because of its production's sweep and zest, adults will enjoy it. The movie is about an orphan who escapes a workhouse and is taken in by a den of pickpockets. Unfortunately, his hospitable criminal friends may be the very thing that prevents him from improving his situation. The movie was nominated for 11 Academy Awards. It took home 5 of them, including Best Director Carol Reed and Best Original Musical. Year 1970. Midnight Cowboy. What begins as an overconfident Texas man develops into a friendship between two very different types of individuals. Together, Jon Voight's character Joe Buck and Dustin Hoffman's character Enrico Ratso Rizzo teach Joe how to become a hustler. Heartbreakingly close to becoming the film we desire, Midnight Cowboy falls short of our expectations. Flat, unpleasant accuracy characterizes the performances. It seems genuine to live in Times Square, a place where individuals lack self-worth and hope. This is the underside of America, and it even has that smell. This movie features Joe Buck and Ratso as wanderers. They follow their path, damp and chilly, discarded with the trash, talking about their fantasies of Florida or the ideal wealthy woman. Like Bonnie and Clyde, they lead independent lives and end up as two of the most enduring characters in our minds. Year 1971. Patton. Patton is an incredible war film, possibly the best of its kind ever produced. In this movie, a bold and extremely successful bridge is created between conventional heroics and more modern put-down by the expensive-looking Frank McCarthy production, which shows the huge human shortcomings as well as the talents of Genin, George S. Patton Jr., and other World War II military leaders. Both political doves and hawks will watch with glee and terror, respectively, but they can agree on one thing. The movie immediately takes viewers' attention and doesn't let go. The biopic Patton depicts the highs and lows in General George S. Patton's life. Patton's narrative, which took him from being a hero of World War II to being fired for his post-war criticism of the armed forces, was compelling enough to win 7 Oscars. Year 1972, The French Connection. On the short list of films with the best chase scenes ever, The French Connection is frequently mentioned. Beyond the chase scene, people tend not to recall how fantastic the movie is. The storyline involves the smuggling of a $32 million supply of premium heroin into New York from Marseille, concealed inside a Lincoln Continental. The Mafia, an American money guy, and the French people arrange a convoluted arrangement. Doyle, a street cop who busts a lot of drug addicts and has a sketchy reputation as a harsh cop, needs a big win to keep his career together. When he discovers the heroin deal, he pursues it with an unwavering and, quite frankly, immoral passion. He's after the smugglers because his job consumes him, not because they're breaking the law. It earned Oscars for Best Film, Director, Script, and Editing. It also included a fantastic early Gene Hackman performance that was recognized with an Academy Award. That's it for now. Which of these movies got your attention? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. See you in part 3.